Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. You've been a good Hasbro. So he has like a little ring around his eyes. Oh no. This is probably the most controversial action figure in years. How many videos have we made about it? I don't even know how to make an intro to this. I think we don't make an intro and we just get right into it. Figures, we will be doing a big comparison at the end. We're going to be taking our time with this guy. We're going to be going in depth. We're going to give this guy a really good review. And first of all, let's just take a look at it. So right off the bat, when I opened it, I just got it in the mail. Just got it in the mail. The first thing I looked at was, are my faces destroyed? Because I've been doing videos just documenting all the people with insane quality control issues. Like, people had some really crazy issues. I got a ding up here at the top. The box looks good. There's no hate here for the box. It's nice. It's new. It's reminiscent of Mafex. It's reminiscent of import figures. It's actually pretty surprising that Hasbro has not done this sooner. You know, seeing all the people with Mezco, with Mafex, and all these companies, seeing all these people spending a lot of money on all these other figures, and then Hasbro sitting there like, hey, we want your money. Here's the background. Wow, they even embossed it. There's like a little raised edge. I don't know if you could see if the light hits it inside there. Again, I don't care about any of this stuff. If figures could be cheaper with no packaging, I would take that. This is one of those rare times where figure has 2 trays. Is that the first time a Marvel Legends ever had 2 trays? I'm trying to look at this figure because remember, guys, it was $50. What? 50. So first up, I just want to take a look at all these accessories of the web accessories. And I don't know, just all of this was unneeded. These feel very cheap. They are very cheap. There's no paint on them. And, you know, they just kind of threw in a bunch of these cheap things to just kind of say like, oh, hey, you know, look at all these accessories. We could charge maximum price. This is disgusting. These things are really... It feels wrong. They're really weird. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but they're just, it's kind of unsettling. That's a good word for it. Now, what's funny is when I saw this, I said, wait a second, that web shield, I've seen this before. And I don't know what figure this is from, but I already had one of these web shields. And what's crazy is this thing snaps on a Mafex arm. So I don't know what this one is from, if anyone knows in the chat. But it seems like, I bet you it fits on here. Hold on, let me see. Yep. It fits on here. So I could have 2 shields now, since they both fit on there. And I would say this one looks better because it's white. This looks like clear... Again, I'm not going to... Low-hanging fruit was not meant to be picked. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that this looks like... I'm not going to say what this looks like. Because that's just not what this channel's about. We are mature here. We listen, guys. There's no way... I don't care what you guys are going to... Like, I don't care about any of that stuff. We're not going to say what this little... And I got to say that also the stand is so cheap. Like... All this stuff was so flimsy and cheap. Look at this. This isn't like a stand. Hold on. Let me show you. This is like an import stand. Hard quality. High quality. This is just cheap garbage, man. No, I don't want to sound negative. I love this. This is awesome. So let's just get it right into it. Let's take a look at the... Oh, no. Oh, no. I just looked at the... Okay. Hold on. Look at the top of this head. That is really bad web lines. I don't know if the pictures are... Come on, man. Maximum profit? Maximum? And that's what the head looks like? Let me see if I could zoom in. Okay, there it is. First of all, it's very light. You could see it's light, and then it's off. It's not as bad as ones I've saw online, but it's off, out of line, and it's really, really thin. It looks like if I touch it a few times, it's going to rub off. And it is off. Oh, no, no, it is rubbed off on this side. Look, it's rubbed off on this side right here. That's it. See that? That's not a glare. It's missing. So I saw people had some horror stories. This one's much better. Okay, here we go. You see the heads right there? Look, you see that head? And then you see this one? See how it's really light? Again, that's not the light picking it up. They didn't do like, they probably went over this a few times. You could see. Nice and tight on this one. Yeah. Oh, that stinks, man. Oh, that stinks. Look at that. So I just got him and he was a little cold. So I heated him up a little bit just so I could move him around without any fear of, you know, breakage or anything. So, all right. We'll go over all the articulation points, but I just want to kind of get a feel of the figure. And all right, so people were saying, first of all, they didn't change anything. Same plastic, same loose, moldy plastic. I saw someone say this, and it's true. You mess around, his arms are going to want to pop off. That's great. So you're going to, like, when you mess him around, look, his arms are going to come off, and that's going to get loose over time and then be all, like, wonky over there. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Can you push up the shoulders? I am liking the look. I am liking the look of him. I do like the proportions in hand. I feel like this guy does look a lot better in person than a lot of the pictures and reviews I've seen of him. I do like his proportions. It looks like a young adult is in this costume, and he's like a muscular, slim young adult is in this costume. And we're going to do a bunch of head swaps at the end. I have a fun one, which I know they're probably going to, I hope they use. But yeah, look at that. The head is on that like double ball joint, but it really, you would think that means it could get some crazy ranges, but it really doesn't. I did see some people shaving some of the stuff. So there are mods that people are already doing on the figure. Remember, it is a Marvel Legends, so of course you got to mod it. The head, though, is pretty nice. Like, I'm not going to... The articulation on the neck, I feel like it's going to get everything you need without modding it. But if you mod it, I'm sure it'll be better because mods make everything better. But I do like it. So the double jointed neck is a plus. I do think he has decent range. And in person, the head sculpt looks a lot better. I think because it's printed on and it's not sculpted on, that the pictures, a lot of times pictures don't capture it. So it does look pretty good. So boom, there's one thing. I do like the articulation. This is kind of my favorite articulation. I like the lower one here with this this joint up here, and he does have really nice range for kind of like how bulky he is. So I do like that. I like the shoulders. The shoulders kind of like pop out a little bit. They're rounded enough that he looks just like he's muscular, like he could be a threat to someone like Kingpin or something. The legs really do get those ranges of motion. So I do see you could do some posing with this. Like he poses pretty nice. Look at that. I'm not even trying. I'm just messing around with him, and I do feel like he's already posing. So everything's working so far. The drop down legs are really nice. They drop down so much that you could really get like insane. You could get McFarlane style. Look at that. You could get like McFarlane style poses if you put the foot down. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So picture like that on a wall, you know, like something Todd would have drawn. Just insane contortionist. So boom, boom. Double jointed knees. Pinless looks good. I like the wrinkles in the suit. It makes it look like it's a guy wearing a suit. He does have the calf cut right here. That's very nice. He gets a really nice range of motion. What I saw people doing is they were cutting out. If you want him to squat down more, you cut out this piece on the foot right here. I've done that with figures before. I think I did it with this figure. Hold on. Just since he's right here. Yeah. So if you could see how this figure, it doesn't go all the way up to the joint, because there you can see how much movement he can get here. And then look at this one. This one he just gets a little bit. So if you cut that little piece up in the front top of the foot, he could get a much greater crouch. That's the word. His crotch is great. Ayo. Articulation wise, this is probably the best articulated figure, right? Do we have a figure that's more articulated than this that could get into better poses? So that is one thing that they did. So I'm happy about that. His hands might have looked cooler if they were a little bit bigger. He would have looked, if we're going for the cartoony, I feel like they would have made his proportions a little wonky. I'm going to swap him out with some other hands, and we'll see what we can do a little bit later. But right now, I'm pretty sold on the figure. That was never my problem. The figure itself was never my problem. It was that price point. I'm hoping at the end of this review, I am sold on the price point. That's my goal with this review. So let's pop this head off. We do have 3 different head sculpts, which I don't think this one is enough of a difference. Even from the first announced day, I was like, wait, that's not the same head? I was like, wait, that looks just like it. Now mine, hold on a second, mine actually looks a little bit different. Again, I saw a lot of people's, it does look like his eye is a little bit closed. Probably would have worked better if it was a little bit more, maybe on the bottom too, because it kind of just looks like it's uneven. It doesn't portray the look it's going for. I mean, they told us what it's going for, so we all in our heads go, yeah, oh, he's like thinking his eye is a little closed, but it really doesn't, like sell it. It doesn't sell it, in my opinion. I don't hate it, but it was not good for a extra head. I feel like you could have done way better. Now, here's this, there we go. The Spidey sense is pretty cool. I like this. We'll see if this fits on other figures. It fits him pretty good, and I think you're going to be able to use this fairly well. So that's good. The neck feels like when you're swapping it, it's not a good idea. Okay, see, this is why you don't judge pictures online beforehand, which I was saying, you know, I was always saying, you have to see it in hand before I judge it. I did, you know, I covered every single QC issue and everybody's complaints, but until you get a figure in hand, you can't really tell. His jaw does not look as bad in person. It's pretty bad. I wonder if you could heat it up and kind of mish it around a little bit, but it doesn't look as bad in person. What I am going to do is I'm going to take those rings around the bottom of his eyes. So he has like a little ring around his eyes. I'm going to just try to take some remover or maybe like a little blade and just kind of scratch off what's underneath the eyes. I think that's really doing it a disservice. Let me see. I'm going to have to do this off camera. I'm not close enough to focus on it, but yeah, I don't love it, but it's definitely not as bad as it looked in pictures. And I feel like a little bit of fixing could go a long way with this guy. Again, not $50 worth, really. $50, you better wow my socks off. That's all I'm saying. They kind of set themselves up for that. Let's try to swap some stuff around and see. Hand swap, pretty easy. We have the thwipping hands with a little bit of the webbing coming out. So you could have him like starting a thwip right there. It's all right. I don't know if it really comes off. I think Again, I think if these were painted white, it would be much better. I think the clear just kind of looks like, I don't know what this is. I don't know. I think I'm not sold on it yet. We have the gripping hands. And I don't feel like these were made for this piece because they're a little loose in here. Look. So these were probably just from another figure. And I wanted to see if it will hold the cell phone. No, it doesn't even hold the cell phone. These were definitely made to grip these weird these weird things. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. You've been a good Hasbro. You've been a good Hasbro. Wah. Ah. Ah. You love me in my spider whip. Here he is with that whipping hand that's kind of like, that was not full thwip right there out of the package. Yeah, I feel like the whipping hands by themselves look better than with the white stuff on it or clear stuff. Let's see these other pieces. Oof, that's scary. That swapping these parts are very scary. Let's see. Do they don't go on that easy either. That's not good. Okay. So the skinned hands are one piece. So I saw people saying like this should have been two pieces so you could swap out the hands. Like I agree. This is just one piece on here, so that kind of sucks. But this does give you the option now to like do some cool posing with like his hand is out and maybe he's running out of web fluid. Spider-Man never runs out of webs fluid. He's always shooting his fluid. All right, not bad. Not bad. That's the whole thing is like, this is, no one could say this is a bad figure. Anyone who's saying that is lying. But the price, that's where everything comes down to me. This is, if this was $40 even, $35 to $40, I think people would be cheering from the rooftops. I think the fact that they went for it, $40 is just like, $50 is just insane, you know? But, what are you going to do? The Hasbros be buying it. I make money on this. I'm going to be making money on this purchase. So that's what I'm saying. Look at this. The figure is nice. I'm definitely feeling the figure for sure. Hasbro has to start sending out their figures to people early that know how to pose, because they would save themselves a lot of headaches, because some of these people posing this figure when it first came out, I was like, oh no, this figure really is going to be like complete trash. All right, now this is the fun part. Let's get into some of the comparisons. Here he is with the bootleg classic Spider-Man, I believe, right? Is that the classic one? Here he is with the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man with a custom McFarlane head sculpt. So technically these are supposed to be like the same figure. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. So this is the body that everyone loved, but this definitely feels updated for sure. It's going to be interesting. I really believe this is a figure you have to get in hand, and I think this is going to fit in with more of the newer type bodies going forward for sure. Here he is with the Pizza Spidey body. Here he is with the amazing Mafex Raimi Spider-Man figure. A little customized with a different head. All right, you don't realize how small Mafexes actually are. Here we are with the Mafex Spider-Man. This is the comparison everybody was making. Always. And I would have to say they're so different. They are so different. So you really, I don't see any comparison in either of them. But they both were, one was $60, one was $50. And, you know, this is sculpted. This isn't. I don't know, man. They both have different things. This one's small in places. This one's small in places. Is big in places. I don't know. I'm really... Look at that size comparison right there. Right now, off the top of my head, I can't say which one is better. This figure is great and held up for over 10 years, though. So this is still a great figure. I don't dare to say the other one is better. I don't believe that. This is cool. This is kind of like a Spider-Man if they would do like the DC Marvel team up. And here he is with a McFarlane Toys, and I think it works. This is cartoony, but it's still detailed. It's hard to explain. I really feel like you need to see it in person. I think he'll fit perfectly into the Marvel Knights with your Punisher. You know, maybe we'll get a new Blade and stuff. I think he works perfectly with the adult heroes. I think he fits. You could tell he's a little bit smaller, like he's some sort of teenager or young adult. And I think that fits pretty well. Now for some head sculpts, head swaps. I have, this is a cool little kit bash I did. I have this guy, what's his name? Whatever, the guy from The Dark Knight. We have this guy from The Dark Knight. And I put Hawkeye's neck piece in this body from Ollie's. And then I put the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man head on here. And I think that makes a great Peter Parker. You know, it's like kind of, he's nerdy with the button shirt, but like he's not too nerdy. And it's kind of current, but it's also a little classic. And I think this works, you know. And I was thinking, everyone's trying to renew your vows. Let's try this on here. And again, I want to try one more head swap where I think this is going. Oh, wow. That's actually like awesome. So if you put the Renew Your Vows head on this body, that's actually pretty sick. Let's try this one. Hold on, let's try it out. Oof, this is just a weird looking face, man. I think that's really what it is. He's just ugly, and Peter Parker's not. He's not like handsome, but you wouldn't say he's as ugly. He looks like a freak. Look at that. I think it's also too is like very thin face. I don't know. It's scary. He looks like a villain. He doesn't look like a hero. Now, this was my number one question. I wanted to see if they are going to use this body for a Daredevil. And let me try to, I want to try to envision this. I don't know, because this is a slim body, but, you know, Daredevil could be slim with some muscles. I think, can this work, guys? I don't know. What do you think? Does that work? I mean, they'll probably give him a new head. Oh, can we see this working, guys? What do you guys think? Does that work? That's what I wanted to see. I was like, I hope they make this body into a Daredevil body. Look at that. Let's see. And he gets with the billy clubs and he's jumping. Yeah, I'd like to see this. It's hard. It's so much. It's hard to tell, but this is one of my favorite Marvel Legends right here. This is one of my favorite Marvel Legends, this Daredevil. I just absolutely love it. So, final thoughts. Is it the worst figure ever? Not by a long shot. It's probably the best Spider-Man figure we have ever gotten. Definitely better than Renew Your Vows. I think anyone saying otherwise is just trying to be a problem starter or something. It's a great figure. It's really nice. There's a lot of problems, just like any figure. The whole thing is the way they sold this figure was wrong. I think obviously the price is horrendous. $50 for a basic Marvel Legends, horrendous. This is no different than a $20 figure. They could have stretched it by making it a $30 figure. Really pushing it, making a $40 figure. But a $50 figure, there's no way to justify this. Anyone saying otherwise is just dishonest. Maybe they're an affiliate. You guys have to be careful. A lot of people are affiliate content creators. So they're not going to talk negatively about the bad things in figures because they want you to go use their links to buy stuff on BBTS or in Entertainment Earth, all these other things. So just be aware. If you don't care about your money, that's fine. Don't care about it. But I care about what I buy. I don't want to get duped. I don't want to get scammed and tricked. This is definitely not worth the 50 bucks. Nothing maximum about this figure. It's good. It's a new mold. They put new molds out all the time. That is such a dumb thing. If anyone says that, it's a new mold, because that's what a toy company does. They literally make new molds. They have to. I'm not going to break down business for you, but just stop defending Hasbro. Just say you like the figure. It's not a bad figure. It's actually a very good figure. Not worth 50 bucks. I can ramble on forever and I'm not gonna. So, did you pick this figure up? Do you have one coming? Are you gonna pick one up? He's gonna be, I've been seeing him pop in and out of pre-order all the time. Don't worry, you'll be able to get one. Please don't buy him scalped. And let me know down below. I want it all sound off in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I need everybody, go check out my Mercari shop. I sell stuff on eBay, on Mercari. And if you're a watcher of the channel, always DM me. I give you guys the best. Don't even look at the prices on there. You let me know. I'll give you the best deal I can get. If you want to get $50 in free credit for both of us, we both get it. Use my code. Down below is the link. Go over there. You guys signing up is how I buy a lot of these figures. Use my code. We both get up to $50 in credit, and then I go and buy, like this figure. I bought this guy on there. I bought this guy on there. I bought this guy. You guys get it. So you guys help support the channel. You don't have to do anything other than sign up, and we both get some stuff on there. So it's great. My Mercari link is down below. It's better than eBay. You get a lot of good deals on there. The toy community is thriving. So go check it out. And please, if you're gonna sign up, use my link, or else we both don't get credit and it just stinks. That's stinky.